Greetings, Darklings. This is Laura Valentina, and upon special request, I'm making you another audiobook. This one is titled The Sensual Chemistry of Her Scent, and these poems I wrote will reflect that. Either they are experiences I've had with beautiful women who are lesbian like myself, either a few years ago, or recently. So let's begin, shall we? This poem I wrote a few years ago. It's called When the Rain Falls Slowly. Soft music fills the room, clears negative energy, all out, sparks enlightenment through my rested veins. It's one of those peaceful nights when the rain falls slowly and the things aren't ordinary and areas are strange. You lure me to no end on this peaceful night, and the rain falls slowly through my nimble fingers on this day. On this beautiful, peaceful day, all is calm and patience fills the air. And I am taking it all in as the rain falls slowly. This one is one of my favorites that I wrote. It's called Sage and Citrus. Some associate it with incense or a scent. Candles burning at their own risks, and the rain poured down heavy. The night, the day, celebrate a beautiful night on the beach, and remember it for always, the moment, the feeling I had with her. Ecstasy for a long time. Eyes roll back. The room just spins. Keeps going. She pours hot wax and drips all over me from the burning candles. Feels like a sensual fire burning on me. A while ago, long while ago, quench her and I's thirst. This one is called, that I wrote, is called September Rain. I got inspired to write this. It was raining one night, and it was in the fall, in the autumn, and it was beautiful, and she was there with me, and we were just enjoying the evening together. I liked black eyes on a maroon night in September. Watching the rain fall from the window on this dark September night that I call September Rain. It was cold and wet on this September autumn evening, and you were there with me. The passion between us was really intense. The energy, your hand caressed, felt like silk. It was beautiful. The rain, the stars in the sky, and her with me on this September evening. Beautiful. This one is called Crystal Rain. I wrote this many years ago. I thought I'd share it with you. It's one of those days where the crystal rain falls all over like hail. Hail out of the black-edged sky. It's one of those moody, gloomy days when the crystal rain clears. The murmurs. Alone I watch the crows as they sit perched on the gates. As they stand perched, they watched, and peering into the black-edged sky, a thought enters my mind, and you always go far into the unusual, and you will find the darkest desires revealed. Crystal rain falls on my face. Streak falls into my eyes. Not sadness, but just the rain that laps up my felt emotion, continues to just be there and make the most of it. Crystal rain tastes like her lips on mine. We drink each other's energy. At midnight last night, all crystal rain in my hands, just her and I under the midnight sky. I'm often asked by readers or admirers or people who enjoy my work, audiobooks or art or even my paperback books, what do I enjoy about a woman? So my answer to your question is, well, as a lesbian, I really enjoy other lesbians that, well, were born a woman and they are female, and they enjoy other lesbian women as well. They, sometimes they wear leather jackets, and the scent of that leather is really, really gorgeous. their energy about them. Um, just the way their scent is natural, or it could be a masculine scent, that kind of thing. Sometimes, if they drive motorcycles or fast cars, but I guess it's mainly just the energy about them, you know. They have really good energy, and chemistry, of course. Their eyes. Leather. I like leather too. The scent of leather. This next poem that I wrote, was called the Zen poem. I wrote this a few years back. Rain countless drops from the sky. Rain, a powerful healing source of nature. Rain, the calming element. Rain is cleansing and uplifting. Life, the journey of obstacle and success. Death, an extension of life. Life and death are both journeys that will meet up. Let's see. Oh, this is one of my favorites. This poem I wrote is called My. I wrote this many years ago. It is called My, M-Y. My veins are penetrable once more. My arms are tired with visible marks. My nails like claws digging into my new flesh. My heart sees yet another that will be anew. Energy. I know that there will be a new thing. This one I wrote, I was with another beautiful lesbian woman. Her and I, it's about our experience together. It is called Oriental Flower. As we kiss, I caress your body, fondling it, while licking your sweet nectar. Making love attracts us to deep desires of lust that's within us. My oriental flower, we are one together. Moving into rhythms, motions, I feel my body arise like sensual pleasure come over me. You lick me full of passion, wet glosses over your mouth. As you take me into the night of erotica, you are mine, awaiting. Your lips taste like sweet nectar as I peer into your eyes of pools of sapphire. The touch of your hair feels like silk as we awake in each other's arms. The morning light brings us rivers of passion. This poem I wrote, I was with another beautiful Asian lesbian woman, and she was Japanese. This one is called Tokyo Femme. Her long black hair, silk, fine and dark. Her pale white flesh, soft and delicate. Her Tokyo essence, the scent that filled up the room with memories. She smiles, and I forget the moment into her. Her Japanese cum tastes like orange nectar, a mirror, a white face. Everything is blue, black, orange nectar. From the pinkest memory of Tokyo. This one I wrote many, many years ago. It's about me and my lesbian lover at the time, and her and I experienced together. I have to say, this is one of my top 3 favorite poems that I have written, but I'll share it with you. This one is called Strawberries and Red Wine. Chinese red carpet, one bed, in one room, 2 hearts beating as one, as we are, making love in the early morning, and you feed me strawberries and red wine. They ordered from room service, just you and me, and a bottle of red wine, and a crate of luscious, juicy red strawberries. As you take each strawberry, you slide it inside me. My juices begin to flow, and I yearn for more. After such exoticness, you take the bottle of red wine and pour it all over me. As you do, you drink it up, licking and sucking all the juice until I call out your name. With you there's no passion, just ultimate passion, because of the fact that we did this out of love. I'll always remember you and cherish these memories of this morning with you and the strawberries and red wine. This poem I wrote is called Last Night. Last night was memorable because you were there, your long dark hair and big hands stroking me, till I realized with intense pleasure, and as I did so I called out your name several times throughout the night last night. I could feel several emotions being released as it happened. Last night was most memorable for your deep, intimate whispers and sensuality. Your fingers slide into place, and I sighed with ecstasy last night. Several times throughout the night, I could hear your voice just faintly. Last night was most memorable because you made me feel so good. I will cherish this one and only night I spent with you last night. I have to say, you were beautiful. It was you that just brought me to the brink of pleasure last night. This poem I wrote is called Slowly Reach My Hunger for You. The wetness of her lips, feeling the warmth of her smile, passion burns as my juices drip. As we lay on the bed, I can still feel the probe of your fingers slide within my inner thigh, slowly reach my hunger for you. Suddenly, sensations of sheer passion, sheer pleasure, covers me from ceiling to floor. My body starts to quiver by your touch. You quench your desire of thirst by sopping up my dripping wet juices. I grow intense with sensual desire to take you with adoration. You kiss me as I kiss you. Your lips are soft as softest. We start to take each other and grow high and be each other. I can feel you like honey as our bodies together of rhythm of exotica. I can feel the sensations of ecstasy rising, even more hotter than ever. You are mine and always will be. You bring sensations that I've never felt before. This one is Passion Nights. I swear I saw your face in the midnight sky. After the night, I often thought of you. Visions of us filled my mind. Passion, kisses, sensual embraces. The way the moment was that night. As you caressed me, I fell into a trance, and we embraced each other close. While laying there, I can feel the warmth of the fire as you massage my body. It gives me peace of mind. When we made love in the rain, the sound of thunder allured the mood. When you ravish me with your mouth, my soul is shadowed with yours. Passion nights, you and I, nights of pleasure. Let's see. I have so many. Okay. This one is Where the Night Takes You. I wrote this probably a few years ago. I'll share it with you. Falling in love on a Friday night, my hand in yours, and walking through along a secluded beach with the moon shining as bright as ever. Its rapture takes us into the air of the night, closeness and seductive eros. Okay, this one is called My Lover. It was about another beautiful lesbian woman I was with. So I wrote about it, and I share it with you. You bring out the best in me. I see you every night by my bedside, caressing my body with your fingers. You ravish me with your mouth and your lips. You taste like wine, like fine aged red wine. Your long hair and blue eyes glisten in the moonlight. They glisten with passion as you bring me closer and closer to ecstasy. My body begins to rise to yours. The feeling is intense that I suddenly am unable to speak. I speak in tongues rather than in voice. It's powerful and intense to the point of unconsciousness. As you kiss me full on the lips, you taste like passion fruit. I can feel you inside me. I can feel your gravity on me. My body begins to quiver. As I come, I let go and release as all emotions. I flow like a river and will always be your lover. Okay, here's one. I remember when you took me that night, feeling the touch of your skin feels like silk. The scent of you was musky. You tasted of sweet nectar. I heard the faint whisper of your voice calling out my name. Your voluptuous body in me, your full lips devoured my flesh. I remember the movements were of a sultry mood. Every kiss brought me sudden pleasure. Sensuality and sexuality took place with you that night. My thoughts of you were of this: a beautiful woman who took me that night. You gave me high pleasure, and I'll never forget. Even though we're apart from one another, I'll always address you as my former lover for always. This one is titled, I Saw Her at Midnight. As I walked out at midnight, I saw her face in the moonlight. She was tall and slinky, like a long, yearning passion that was always there. She came to me. A gaze in her eyes told me to kiss her in a passionate way. There was like a dream that would end at dawn. If I see her again, I will be at the stroke of midnight. Okay. This one is one of my favorites too. It's called Mystic Spiral. And this one was actually a dream I had many years ago about a beautiful lesbian lover. And so I wrote about the dream of her and I. We had been together, and then I had a dream of her about our encounter. That's the only way I can describe this. This one is Mystic Spiral. In my dream last night, I dreamt of you, just you and me, and we're making intense love as you stroked your fingers along my back. Chills were down my spine. This began shortly after I could feel electric sensations all over as your mouth circled me. Reminded me of a mystic spiral going around and round. Where it stops, no one knows. The sensation was quite intense. So intense that we were together, grabbing at each other. The energy was strong. A mystic spiral. I could feel the steaming heat, ready to burst, like intense pleasure. I could smell the aroma of you, strong, tastes like honey. This side of you was beautiful, and all I could hear was the sounds of erotic music that we made together. I could feel my juices flow like a river. It went on, like a mystic spiral. This one is titled Midnight Bells. New Year's Eve is here. Thoughts of you are near. As this year ends, another one begins. We have known each other for years of 5. Passion keeps the fire burning alive. As I slowly burn out the candles, thoughts of you are there. Ask myself, will you be there? Will we finally be alone? Will you seduce me as you take me into forbidden lust? I throw away the past. This one is called Spicy Red. She takes me in her mouth. Water fell on the mirror, and I danced in a blue light. The high mood as she took me. I soaked her with my nectar. We sat by the fire. The kiss of passion, and I'm standing there, void exposed, not waiting for anything. It all occurred at once, as I wanted more until we couldn't take it any longer. Just lying there, sweat all over, like a burning, fierce. All is passionate for that night. Spicy Red. Have you ever been on the beach? I mean at midnight, because I know some of you go to the beach in the daytime. I like the beach, but I like it at night. So this one is called Staring at the Midnight Sky. Staring at the midnight sky was very midnight. Alone on a secluded beach, staring at the midnight sky as the brisk air lightly taps me on the shoulder, and I turn around to unravel yet another night of the midnight sky. The midnight sky that I once encountered at 4 in the morning on this Friday, turning into Saturday. Alone I was for a minute until she was there, my lover, with a kiss of undying wanting to not ever stop, to not ever stop, ever, to just move together in motion under the midnight sky. All right, my darklings, this one is very sensual. The scent of lilac. Smoke swirls round out the windows. Sweet scent of lilac. Smoke, scent of lilac filled me all around. Lilac whispers its sweet scent. Whispers love's first emotion all to you, me, and all to the world. Lilac, its seduction. It's eternal for eternity. Seduction is sweet as honey. Sweet scent of lilac. Its scent will bring us back to life. This one was of me and my lesbian lover. She had a fetish for her lovers to watch her, like voyeurism. So she wanted me to watch her in the shower. And when she says, according to her, when her lovers would watch her, it would really bring her ecstasy and she would just come like a river. So I watched her as she wanted me to. And this poem I wrote is of that. It's called April Showers. She steps into the shower. The heat from the hot water wraps around her voluptuous body. Her platinum hair, same as the white walls of the shower. As the steamy water falls upon her, facial expressions change. Moody is her feeling, and she is in a state of pure erotic essence. I watch her as her come-expressed face change into a deeper state of erotic notion. I feel one to her. Without a care, she moves toward down the wall. She takes out one of the tiles from the white shower wall. Looking behind her view are The beautifully naked, she stares curiously. A few minutes go by. She is enjoying her shower, and all is calm. She steps out refreshed and rejuvenated. April shower again. Here's another question that I will answer for you that I'm often asked by you, the readers, people of my work who enjoy my work. If I have any fetishes, I do. I have a few, but my favorite ones are lipstick fetish, a leather. I don't wear leather. I like it when my lesbian lovers wear leather. The scent of leather, the energy. Let's see. What are my other favorite fetishes? I love scents. All kind of scents. Well, I hope that answers your question. Anyway, let's see. All right. This one is called Moonlight Lily. Fire dances hungrily as I stand in the moonlight, being surrounded by lavender bliss. I pick one and name it Moonlight Lily. As I stand in the moonlight, I peer into your sparkling blue eyes. Her lips, her kiss. I peer into her sparkling blue eyes as we then engage in soft kisses, warm caresses, soft embraces. As we engage with each other, I feel flushed as she caresses me in this field of moonlight bliss. You take me into rapture. I embrace you with excitement. We hear only the silence of the outside nature in this moonlight bliss. Let's see. I have so many here I would love to share with you. see. Oh, goodness. Here's one. Someone special. This one, well, the chemistry of her and I was just beautiful, so I had to write about it and I'll share with you. When we first met, you made me feel special. We're unique and lucky to have found each other. Everything, there are no limits, there are no stop signs. There is only passion and signs that say go. In our world, you ask and you shall receive anything you want. The attraction between us is like electric, that we stick to one another. There are no games. There are no one-night stands. Those are only for fools. There is no possessions. There are no taken for granted situations. Those are only for possessive. There are no scenes to be made to cause any embarrassment. Those are only for the unloving and immature. The only scenes made here is this: making love, hanging out, and making more love. This is for someone special, and that special someone is you. And that's all there is to say. Well, here's another question that I will answer for you that I was asked. So what inspires you to write or to express, your audiobooks? Well, I was writing for many, many years, and just the inspiration for that was, my encounters, my experiences I've had with beautiful women who are lesbian like myself. And one of my good friends said, well, why don't you write about it or talk about it, or, like one of those open mic nights where they have poetry or something. So I did. And I just began writing paperback books, and now I'm doing audiobooks. I really enjoy audiobooks. They are wonderful. That is my answer to your question. Let's see. Okay. So I went with another lesbian lover. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie. It was from 1971 by director Jess Franco, called Vampire Lesbos. Basically means vampire lesbian. So she was like that, and it's a very short poem, but it's of our experience together. This one I call Blood and Chocolate. Lie with me tonight. Let me satisfy your cravings. Embrace me. I drink from you slowly. Gentle as the night itself. I ravish you until daylight has risen. This one is kind of vampy. It's called Salty. About another vampy girl I was with. She considered herself to be lesbian vampire. And that's okay. You know, we all have words that we like to go by, I guess. So, this is of her and I. Her moods, just the way she was. So I wrote about it. And it's called Salty. The need for blood, the need to bleed, the need for razor blades, the need for red, the want for its salty taste. Blood, it's all I need right now. The need to see your veins, two as one. The need to see blood spill into minced pieces. See them spill from your veins. Let it bleed. Carve my name into your hand. Carve your name into my heart. Carve my name into your heart. Carve my name into your hand. I have so many I want to share with you. So many poems that I've written. My goodness. Okay. This one is kind of vampy. It's called Jagged Midnight. Souls unite as they all come and gather in their rituals, smoky smiles and black eyes that shines like the raven of the night air, and tears of acid scarred my heart with holes of death. Jagged midnight. This one is kind of vampy. It's called Insatiable in Red Lights. Red lights flicker through the atmosphere. Music blares through my ringing ears as a swinging insatiable dances atop of center. Insatiable sends a sign of acknowledgement as I caught her eye. Her hair is black, her flesh is white. My interest grows into anticipation as she walked towards me with silence in her eyes. I heard the air breathe a chime of mystery as she stepped into the red light. Her hair is black, her flesh is white. My conscience is enveloped with her scent. Her scent filled up the place. I could feel her legs wrapped around me. She is wrapped solely around me. I could feel her legs wrapped around me, insatiable in red lights. I could feel her legs wrapped around me. Her long, sharp nails tore into my skin. I bled dry for her until it was gone. Insatiable in red lights, her hair was black, her flesh was white. Oh my goodness. What is this? Let's see. Let's see. This one is kind of vampy. It's called Veins. Blood flow from the jugular veins. I felt faint, a wanting to be there in my loving lover's arms with her. Desire to be there. She licks my veins, and I bleed for her. A symbolic love for each other. Powerful emotion. Let's see. And this one is called Hat Full of Gray Memories. A gray face pulls me up. Cuts deep into the darkest soul they are. The darkest until they are. Storm-filled clouds. Rain from a black-edged sky. Centuries a grave, a celebration of one's ending of life, but beginning of their journey of the afterlife. Let's see, my darklings. What else should I read to you? I have so many poems I want to share with you. I guess you can call this kind of abstract. It's called Live. Shadows listen through unmarked walls. Secrets are shattered and exposed, and are kept no more. Night gives way as the sun gives light. The strength that surrounds me, influence of the giver and taker. Live. All right, my darklings. This one is The last poem that I'll read to you until the next audiobook is called Fade in You. Last kiss of her, my lover's lips, was ever so there, quite passionate, not hurt wanting me to fade into the light that shined through the universe. Well, my darklings, I will read you one more poem because I really enjoy these audiobooks I do, especially for you listening. This one is called Magenta. Vanilla aroma as I enter the room. Show me how you can be, and I'll show you how I can be. Make me sing all over. Show me how you can be aggressive, and I'll show you how I can be dominant. Show me how you can be passive, and I'll show you how I can be submissive. I guess it pertains to, some people are into the whole dominant, passive relationships or, things like that. But, to each their own. All right, my darklings. This is Laura Valentina wishing you a beautiful evening or morning wherever you are. This is Laura Valentina saying, I love you all.